Hey, it's 11:09 on Monday night, June the 12th. Running late here. I was sick yesterday. I took too many probiotics to counteract the antibiotics that I'm taking, which I'm almost done with. So, trying to get a leg up on that, and I was starving yesterday morning, and I ate way too many. So, a little uncomfortable. So, anyways, um, I know I went over it before, but one of the kind of silly side effects of this is it kind of brings you back to when you were a child. I don't know why, like what the reasoning is behind it, but it does do that. And so I'm able to watch movies like Gremlins and Ghostbusters and Explorers and things like that and really enjoy it like I did when I was a little kid. Get the pizza I got when I was a kid, get an RC Cola, sit in front of the TV. I don't know, I thought that was kind of worth pointing out just because I don't know, it's interesting to me. I didn't know that that happened with near-death experiences, but a lot of people, I guess, have that experience. I went to go finish this. It's gonna look a little splintered. The second video is gonna be out of the hotel before I went and saw Brett, who killed, by the way. He's hilarious. He's one of the best comics I've seen. So, all right, there's the famous Trinity sitting back there on my bed. Um, anyway, I was trying to get my PC to work with my iPhone and cooperate with me. So, and they hate each other. So I left it alone. And I did get a GoPro, but I just got it. Hey, you! Can you quiet down? You've been quiet all night. Thank you. No. Come on now. So hold on just a second. Let me see if I can quiet her down. All right. I guess she had a little something to add there. And phew, lately I feel like I gotta start everything over. Every 5 minutes I get interrupted, and with my memory the way it is right now, it's getting better all the time. But I have to like back up and kind of start over again, but and over and over and over and over. And I had a rough time with it before with the OCD, but it drives my OCD crazy because I can't. I have to plan the day with times, but we'll get into that later on. We'll talk about the obsessive compulsive disorder, the drive to self medicate, especially when people don't know what it is. Because just real quickly, I saw the other day they come out with like they have come out. Anyway, uh, uh, they've come out with a trial medication for it. Um, but I mean, that's where we're at. Is we're still trying stuff. Nobody can kind of figure it out. So what everybody was doing was treating anxiety, which is not real. It's along the same lines, but there's a cause for it. There's a clear present cause for the anxiety. But again, we'll probably have a whole episode over that, self medicating and things like that, and what you need to do. So we will start that later. I'm kind of back to feeling like I'm 10 years old again, which is a little bit neat. It's a little weird, but I've heard that there's a lot of people who go through a period of time where they become childlike. Some people get really moody after like near death experiences and things like that, and after they're that sick, and it just never goes away. So I got really blessed with that. If every once in a while I feel like I'm 10 years old, I don't know, I'll get a Christmas tree and hide some presents for myself or something like that, so that I can get super excited. Hire somebody to dress up in a Santa Claus costume, and maybe I'll forget that I did it. But anyway, I watched The Explorers tonight, or I had it on while I was working, so just thought I'd share that because I love that movie. And it makes it fun. Makes it fun to get the pizza I used to get the pop I used to get. RC Cola. I heard they're going to stop making it. But this would be a lot closer to what the studio looks like. I just got my GoPro. I'm looking for. Had a couple of people say that they've got some that nobody's using, so I'm trying to get more cameras for separate angles and things like that, so that this looks better, sounds better, is more entertaining, things like that. Going camping on Wednesday, so I'll have some video from that, but I've got doctor's appointments Wednesday morning first. Um, Still getting odd letters, finally letters, but odd letters from Social Security disability. And I was thinking a lot of people are, are kind of kicking and screaming about artificial intelligence and machine learning. And it begs the question, and if you're in government work or specifically if you work for Social Security or IRS or anything like that, does everybody really want it going back to people? It took 7 months for them to figure out they were putting the wrong address on an envelope. And when COVID hit, I lost like 4 jobs, and so I, like a lot of people, applied for temporary unemployment and didn't get it for 4 months. I probably called them 200 times or so, and I still I either couldn't get through or they couldn't tell me what was going on, and then all of a sudden it got fixed and nobody ever told me. I had already been paperwork, but do we really want to go back to that? I don't think people are equipped to do it anymore. I honestly don't. I don't think that they would be able to go back and really keep track because everybody relies on things that are in a computer. Now, I'm also a software engineer slash web developer, graphic designer, all kinds of different things. So I'm having a lot of trouble figuring out how the systems that we built 15 years ago, 10 years ago, that I helped build or I helped support or add on to, um, how on earth they work so much better than what things are right now, with getting put on hold for 4 hours for a glitch that just shouldn't even be. Even so, not to get too nerdy, but they had one of us on call. I worked for Sprint for a long time, and well, off and on with contracts, but I think I had 4 or 5 different contracts there. Anyhow, I worked on the automated payment center and the retail management software, and there was one of us on call a week. The APC automated payment center, the group was, I want to say, 4 of us. And then on the retail management software, I was the only one that did both. But over there, then we had somewhere in the vicinity of 15 people supporting all of Sprint and didn't have near as many outages. So not to get too, again, not to get too geeky or too nerdy, but it just doesn't make sense to me. I realize that security is a bigger issue now and things like that, but that should be a few tiers of the software, not the way the software itself works. So anyway, that's my 2 cents on that. Is that what if everything started taking 4 to 6 months to 8 months to get figured out? We just would stop functioning. But so again, well, now 3 cents, 2.5. I think I'm at 2.5. Got a few notes here tonight. It's going to look split up, and it was. I did 2 videos from the hotel room before I went and saw Brett, who absolutely killed. Incredible comic. I can't wait to do a show somewhere, maybe here before I leave. I started to do one during COVID and had about 40 or 50 people that wanted to come, and they canceled the show because the audience was too big, and it was at a little place downtown called Red Front, and the audience was too big, and I couldn't really tell people that I didn't want to tell people they couldn't go. So I figured I'd try to work something else out, and never did. But anyhow, hopefully we'll get some good video of me stinking up all the open mic nights in the country here in a couple months. So I've got some material already written, just need to start working on it. I have no hopes of becoming a professional comic, ladies and gentlemen. So let me get that out of the way. And I'm having to transition because it's not like I really worked clean before. So working on that. But I've heard, I don't know if I feel the same way, but I've heard that I'm funnier when I'm sober, but I just don't know if I believe it yet. And I have to take a little bit more time for me to assess it. Now I got all these cameras, maybe I could just, set up my own little mock comedy club and just go to town. So I did want to Wow. I need to make better notes is what I need to do. But I wanted to go ahead. Like I said, the other video is from the hotel room, and it's talking about getting ready for that night and some other things. But the first video, I tried to get my PC to talk to my iPhone, and it was not having it. I tried several different ways, different softwares, and I'm obviously a very technical person, and it just doesn't work right. It just doesn't work seamlessly. So I kind of changed the way that was set up, and like I said, I got my first GoPro. I'm going to learn how to use it tonight after I clean up a little bit. And that's about all I have for you, other than please, if you've donated it, I am sending out some donation t-shirt designs, most likely tonight because I doubt I'll sleep much. And please make a decision or just let me know which one you're leaning towards and what size. And go ahead and email that information if you would. And I'm going to start, if you're okay with it, if everybody's okay with it, I'm going to build a platform for a mailing list. So I'm not going to spam anything. I won't send anything without saying anything. It's simply for purposes like this. If you win, if I have sports memorabilia or things like that to raffle or, do things like that, then I'll need to know where to send things. So it would be helpful for me just to have a list of some information on anybody who wants to participate. So I think that's about all I have. But if you want to just email that stuff to me for now, I think there's maybe 12 or 13 people who donated, which I greatly appreciate. Bless you, love and blessings. God bless. Thank you for believing in me, and I think this is going to be a great ride. It's only going to get better, just getting everything set up. And I'm wiped out. So I will talk to everybody Wednesday morning. Like I said, I'm going camping. If I get anything cool tomorrow, I'll go ahead and just share the video. And I hope everyone has a fantastic night, and I will see you later. Good night.
Hey, everybody. This is the first podcast here of Nowhere Near Death. This is episode 1. I'm just doing a recording right now. I'm still playing with a couple of platforms. This is just taking me, excuse me, a little bit longer than I thought it was going to. I've got some designs that I'm going to post it doesn't have to be just the t-shirts for the people that donated, but I'm going to keep going with that as well and design several things. And the name of the brand is going to be the Spiritual Gypsy. So again, I am working on some designs for that. And I just kind of wanted to let you know what was going on. My setup's getting a little bit better, so that is fantastic. I can't tell which side of the camera to look on. Oh, well, you can see me. I'm learning. So anyway, just welcome you. God bless you. It's Friday, Friday the 9th, June 9th. Let's see, how should we start? I was going to go ahead and kind of recap and finish up on a bit of the testimonial that I was doing before about the things that I went through in the hospital, out of the hospital, what it's like. But I figured that those are going to be addressed at some point soon anyway. And if anybody's got any specific questions, please just feel free to ask. Feel free to let me know. I wanted to start off real quick with just something I was thinking of the other day. If you want to think of how to sort of internalize what you read in the Bible, and trust me, I'm not going to keep this just to that. We're going to do a lot of different things. I do stand up, which I'm going to see Brett Ernst this evening. My little sister had some comp tickets up here, so we're at the Argosy and we're going to go see him tonight in the lounge. For those of you who don't know who he is, he's a really good comic, and he was actually on the Vince Vaughn Wild West tour. I usually get messed with when I'm at the shows. I was an open micer for about a year up here. I went to Uptown Arts Bar and the Rhino. Uptown Arts Bar, Larry Sells was the owner. He also owned the Uptown Theater, which is actually where we had the memorial. He and my father were friends, but I spent a lot of time in his club, biting my nails and just knowing I wasn't funny, just not funny. But, that's the way it goes. So as you might be able to see, I was wondering if you can even tell, I was just kind of messing around. I had to shave my head because your hair falls out sometimes. And so I figured, since I was having to goof with it anyway, I dyed my stubble blonde. So now it just looks like I'm bald. So I'll have to keep going, maybe Guy Fieri it a little bit. I don't know. It's fun to, not have real consequences for just a minute. So anyways, wanted to point that out. So really looking forward to the show tonight. And thank you, Ashley. And you can, at any time, if you have a topic that you want to talk about as well, I'm going to have a better outline here the next time. I have just been going as hard as I can. Sometimes I can be up and working for 2 or 3 hours, and then I have to go back to sleep. But it's getting better. I knew the other day that I was starting to gain weight back. I just kind of had that feeling. So I looked yesterday, and I haven't weighed myself today, but I am going to go to the gym and just do an easy bike ride and elliptical machine here in a little bit, so I'll weigh myself again. But as of yesterday, I had hit the bottom, my legs, the swelling is down, and I had gained back 3 pounds. So that's great. Every bit helps. I'm about 55 pounds underweight. So that's good. Turning it around, being able to go to the gym, not hurting. And another thing, which I don't know that I should say, that liver disease doesn't cause something, because it causes just about every side effect that you could possibly think of. So it also causes rheumatoid arthritis off and on. So that's another thing I've got to worry about if I do try to go work out, is that my shoulders, my hips, and things like that will get sore. But so far, so good. We're doing good. This is the best I've been in a long time. So that's great. And I owe it all to God, and it's amazing. I just got done, or not completely done, but mostly out of the woods, I think. You never know, things can come back, or then they can come back worse, they can come back a little bit, or they can just hang on for a really long time. But I have faith that I think I'm pretty much out of the woods, hopefully. But, I just wanted to say this, to internalize what you read in the Bible, think of it like a memory that you have. Maybe it happened. It's not happening right now. You're not in that moment. But when you read the Bible, those stories are true. Yes, some of them are going to, it's kind of hard to describe, but you should think of them sort of like those memories, or maybe an account that someone else was telling you about someone you know, and you believe it. You know it to be true. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to point that out there and see what anybody else thought of that. And like I said, you can post on Facebook. I'm going to do some work this weekend. I've already figured out how to do a complete live streaming. I just need to see what all we're looking at there, what all I can do. I think certain platforms you have to have so many followers in order to get a spot to do a live cast. So I'll have to see about that. But thank you to everybody. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you for paying attention. Thank you for your donations. I'm aiming at the end of July. My son's birthday is August 7th, and it would be amazing to spend that with him. But, you know, however this shakes out, it's working well, and we're off to a great start. And I just wanted to say thank you. I couldn't do this without God, couldn't do it without you, and my faith in humanity that I'm working on. So sorry, I keep looking at my notes, and I'm looking at the clock, and I'm thinking, oh boy, I'm gonna have to have some more time. I should know better from doing comedy, because you usually write for open mic nights, unless you're really killing and they're not too full. You might get a couple extra minutes then, some leeway. They may not yell at you if you stick around for a little bit. However, you're writing from 5 to 7 minutes, somewhere around there. So I should have a better grasp on my times here. So, but I'm going to come back and finish this here in just a minute. So hang on, just stay tuned. All right.